Hello again. In case you couldn't tell, we're playing the sequel right away. Oh, I remember. I had a friend try it once. I had it installed. A friend tried it maybe, yeah, 5 years ago. He wasn't happy with it. Alright, new game. YRP in position.
In position. It's showtime, girls.
Is this possibly the worst opening for a Final Fantasy game? Oh, BB is getting excited. Neko is certain this is the worst opening. The thing is, people... if they focus more on the action going on in the background, it would have been better. They spend too long just focusing on shots of the stage. It feels like, hey, guys, look, we improved the motion capture, so we wanted to show it to you. And yeah, you can tell the motion capture is a lot better than the first game, just from the opening. They could have showed the motion capture by focusing on the action in the background. And yeah, a lot of insecure guys would hate this game just because it didn't feature any male protagonist. I know a lot of people like that. I remember this music too. It was really odd.
Hey, give it back already! Boys! Want in on this number? Then show me your moves!
Think you can keep up?
Oh, you've never played this, BB? Let me get this out of the way early. I prefer this game over the first one. The story for both sucks. The combat system in this one, I would say it's far better than the first one.
It's all in the wrist!
Yeah, combat system is completely different from the other one. We steal again? Nope, nothing to steal. Let's steal from the Blanc. Yeah, I played this when it came out too. I don't remember as much. But yeah, this is more of an active combat system. You can't really spend too long deciding.
I could have danced all night.
Sorry, no time for an encore.
But one reason I prefer this game over the other is it knows the story is garbage and it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Still. You step aside.
Did I not steal anything?
It's all in the wrist.
Oh, they died before I could steal. Yeah, basically dress spheres are kind of like classes, and you swap between them mid-combat. Might as well fight. Shigun, ready? Yeah, I'm trying to steal items. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do a third part. I think there was an audio thing.
Hey, you run too fast.
You're too slow, little girl. Show's over!
Youch.
This way.
Oh, I think I might have missed something actually. Yeah, I think I missed something. This game you can get 100%, but you need to do very specific things. I'm pretty sure there was a Moogle in this section. So I'm gonna have to restart it. Hold on. Yeah, we might have to re-watch the scene. And that sucks. I'm trying to get 100%. I didn't get it back in the day, but I do remember some bits and pieces. Yeah, it didn't save. So... oh, we can skip it. Cool. It didn't send us too far back.
Hey, give it back already! Boys! Want in on this number? Then show me your moves!
Think you can keep up?
Oh, I just realized the statue reminds me of one of the god hands in Berserk.
Takers, keepers!
Conrad, was it? I was thinking it reminded me of someone. It does, doesn't it? You see it too. I'm not imagining it. Don't give me those ellipses.
That's it?
Conrad playing the drums.
I could have danced all night.
Sorry! No time for an encore! Hold still! Out of the way!
Maybe Miura died because somebody thought of this. Ah, I'm killing enemies before. I steal from them. Okay, nothing here. I'm sure there was a mole.
Takers, keepers!
Just steal already.
Turned on.
Why would they be turned on?
Out of the way! Don't hold out on me!
Why does Teal need a cast? Yeah, just kill them. Ah, there is a Moogle. Yeah, heals you to full. If you miss this, you don't get 100%. She learned a few things. Well, I can't actually check. I think there's a mod that adjusts the UI for this.
Hey, you run too fast!
You're too slow, little girl. Show's over!
Youch.
This way.
Oh, this game is full of little things like that. Also, if in some cases, if you fast forward through the dialogue, it makes you miss out on 100%. Hey, it's female Dante. It always bugged me that they put YRP and the colors, the letters don't correspond to the position.
It cannot be!
Okay.
Boss!
It's all in the wrist.
That's quite enough sniveling, boys. Persistent, aren't you?
My grid.
You give us back Uni's garment grid right now.
Didn't you girls ever learn to share?
Give it back.
Very well, it's yours.
Yeah, the graphics are much better than the first one. Oh no, I didn't install the mod for less revealing clothing.
Here comes the hurt.
Press R1 to access the garment grid and change the dress sphere. We can go to songstress. Yeah, you can basically go one step when you change. Can I steal again? Nope, nothing to steal.
This is goodbye, love. It was nice knowing you. This is goodbye, love.
It's all in the wrist.
She's not dead.
I won't let you off so easily next time.
Get back here!
Riku.
Yeah, this is another very silly scene. Mission complete. Yeah, you get the stuff at the end of the mission. The UI is not
My
great.
body just started dancing by itself. I didn't know what was going on. I was frightened. Then, while I was dancing, something happened.
I tripped and I broke my neck. And now it's game over.
You sure looked like you were enjoying yourself.
I was. It felt like some other person's excitement just took over.
That can happen when you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
Dance, Yuna. I want to see.
It'll cost you.
One moment.
She's kidding.
What?
Did he stick his hand in his crotch?
Looks sick, TV. Galwings, doing goody duck.
I've completed my latest invention.
Creature Creator. Use the fiend trap pods invented by Shinra to capture fiends all across Spira and train them as ally creatures for the Gullwings. The more fiends you capture and train, the more fascinating tales you will hear about them. This thing was added in the international version, not the original game release.
I know everything.
Oh my.
Shinra's in Al bed. He's a real whiz kid.
Yeah, let's view the tutorial. I'll explain the creature. No, it should be, let's see. It should be a more muffled voice, right? How is his voice? Better? Yeah. I'll explain the creature creator to you. This is the Fiend Arena, a secret base that I created. This is where you put captured fiends into teams and train them. Fiends are reincarnations of humans who couldn't make it to the far plane. My objective is to train fiends and learn the secrets of their fiend tale. Do to trap creature to capture fiends. I'll explain creature trapping. Set trap pods in areas that seem to be home to many fiends. The trap pods will cleanse the souls of the fiends and turn them into good creatures. There are 4 types of trap pods in all. Pod S, Pod M, and Pod L correspond to the size of the fiend you wish to trap. Pod SP lets you target a specific species, including humanoids. You can carry up to 8 trap pods. You won't be supplied more than 8. Let's try it out by capturing Brother, who just went to Luca. And yes, I fully support enslaving the Albed. Luca attracts fiends from all over, but trap-pod SPs often don't do their job. With trap-pod SPs, you have to specify what fiend species you want to trap. Brother is a humanoid, even though he doesn't look like it. You can round up trap fiends using R1. Select an area where you set a trap pod. Allow into gull wings. test was a success. Fiends have varying affinities for each other when you can't catch a certain kind. Try releasing a fiend you've already caught. This concludes the creature trapping tutorial. Develop creature is where you nurture captured fiends. Give items and accessories to fiends to make them grow. And if you happen to have a crack fiend, give them crack. You can use items and accessories to develop creatures. Select creature from the menu. This is the screen where you'll develop creatures. Select the creature you want to develop. Then choose what you will use to develop the creature. For instance, if you select items, your item inventory will be displayed. In the creature's status, you will see parameter changes and added abilities that will result from using a selected item. Currently the cursor is on Ether, and it shows that you can use 2 Ethers to learn the ability Magicide. Now let's try developing the creature when you select Ether with the cursor. A confirmation prompt will appear. If you select yes here, Nashorn will learn Magicide. However, creatures can only learn a maximum of 4 command abilities and 4 auto abilities. If you want them to learn a new ability after reaching the limit, they must be made to forget a current ability. To make creatures forget an ability, select Unlearn from the menu. A cursor will appear on the list of the creature's current abilities. Select an ability with the cursor, and the creature will unlearn that ability. Keep in mind that only abilities that the creature has actually learned can be unlearned this way. Abilities made usable through equipment, etc. are excluded. This concludes the tutorial on developing creatures. When fiends grow, you can learn more about their fiend tail. If you go to creature history, you can see a creature's fiend tail. When fiends level up in battle, their fiend tail level goes up as well. When fiends complete their fiend tail, they can then be unleashed. When a fiend is unleashed, you can see a secret fiend tail ending. After viewing its fiend tail ending, the creature is added to the bestiary. We have to try to register every fiend in Spear into the bestiary. If you want to change the name of a fiend or release it from your service, go to Name Creature. If you press R1, you can change the name of the creature teams as well. When you release a fiend from your service, its experience and learned abilities will not be recorded, so be careful. To train and level up fiends, have them fight in the Fiend Arena. Go to Fiend Arena to have your creatures battle fiend teams that I have personally scouted. The Fiend Arena has various tournaments and battle simulators. By winning the tournaments, you can receive trap pods as rewards. Try to fight your way through and win every Fiend Arena tournament if you can. Lastly, I'll explain creature battle. It's like Pokemon, but less Pokemon-y. This tutorial will teach you how to have creatures you have captured participate in battles. Party members from the menu. Select party members from the menu. This is the screen where you can add creatures to the battle team. When you open the party member screen, there will be a list of characters and creatures. Select the creature you wish to add to the battle team. Once you select the creature, move the cursor to a team member on the right side of the screen. The selected team member will be switched out with a newly selected creature. The team member switch is now complete. However, keep in mind that creatures come in 3 sizes, S, M, and L. The number of creatures that can be in a battle team at any one time is restricted to 3 S-size creatures. M-size creatures are equal to 2 S-size creatures. L-size creatures are equal to 3 S-size creatures. If you put 1 M-size creature into the team, then only 1 S-size creature can be added on top of that. If you put 1 L-size creature into the team, You cannot add any more members to the battle team. The creature fights alone. By the way, if you select remove all members will be removed from the team. You'll become a pacifist. However, at least one creature must be selected for battles to take place. After selecting team members for battle, and using X to return to the menu, if there are any creatures that are not equipped, the equipment screen will automatically come up. If you take creatures that are not yet equipped with Blessed Spheres, and equip Blessed Spheres on them like so, the setup for your creature battle team is complete. Just like regular characters, creatures must always be equipped with a garment grid and a dress sphere. Up to 2 accessories can be equipped on creatures. Creature abilities and parameters will change according to the dress spheres they have equipped, but they are not able to super change. Creatures can equip the same items characters can, but the same items will have different effects when equipped on a creature than when equipped on a character. You can check the effects of equipment on creatures through the help messages. This concludes the tutorial on creature battle teams and equipping creatures. I'll explain creature behavior. Are you not tired yet?
And yeah, BP, I'll catch you later.
I'll explain creature behavior. Friendly creatures will appear in a circle of light. Creatures make their own decisions in battle. Creatures that just joined you will use commands rather freely and randomly. Practice makes perfect, as they say. Creatures will grow smarter as they fight, learning which commands are optimal. Next, I'll explain cheering and fleeing. You can't directly control creatures in battle, but you can influence creature actions in battle by cheering them on. The gauge at the top left is a cheer gauge. The cheer gauge shows the creature's motivation with star symbols and its mood as well. The creature's motivation goes up by pressing the right stick and goes down by pressing the left stick. When motivation is high, creatures are more aggressive and do more damage. But they take more damage as well, and their evasion goes down, so be careful. When motivation is low, creatures do less damage, but they take less damage, evade more attacks, and even heal allies more often. When all the motivation stars are gone, the creature will flee the battlefield. If the battle isn't going well, it may be better to have it flee. Finally, I'll explain abilities and leveling up. Just like regular characters, creatures level up and grow stronger by gaining EXP in battle. In addition, they sometimes learn abilities after being attacked. The abilities that can be learned varies by creature and are learned when the creature is subjected to a related attack. For example, creatures that can learn Faraga may do so when they are attacked with a fire spell. There are a whole lot of abilities learned through related attacks, so the best way to learn a lot of abilities is to fight many different kinds of enemies. Creatures cannot only learn command abilities this way, but passive abilities as well. Also, creatures are able to forget abilities they have learned, but they can remember them again if they are attacked in the same way. If you need basic battle advice, talk to me and go to Shinra's Guide to Everything, then select Battle Beginner's House. This concludes the creature battles tutorial. Okay. Thanks for listening.
Phew, that's done.
I know everything.
Okay. Kinda creepy, but... let's try and trap something. Okay, we can select locations, I guess. Alright. Let's trap something. Let's try rounding up.
Do I want this? Nah. Wolf. Nah. Oh, it's empty. I thought we captured Shinra. Nah. Actually, why didn't I? Oh, he's giving me traps. I guess I never run out then. Sure. I want to capture Waka. No, close enough. A chocobo. Okay. We tried a few places. I've never really tried. Yes, please. I mean, we're gonna call him Dingleberry. Have you ever had a Dingleberry, Shiru? Nah, this thing is too weak. But a Tomberry this early, I guess it doesn't really matter. When you try and collect them. Oh, it's another fly. Nope. I'm just gonna fool around a little bit. You need to try a Dingleberry one day. Elemental. I guess, sure. A caster would be... You should look it up. Okay, how can I develop it? Should we give it life? Nah, wait for her. They don't seem to get cure, I guess. Let's try fighting. 8 teams, no requirements. So I guess we only have this. We're gonna die, but why not? Oh, I didn't swap my team in. I'm using these guys. Not the right team for it. I'm gonna die. I forgot to swap my team. Is it a game over? I didn't even save. Okay, it's not a game over. Okay. This will heal, this will stab, this one will cast. I'll keep him a thief, I guess. They hit hard. Ouch. Oh. Very good. At least I'm not dying. Okay, that one hurt. That one really hurt. Would you cast already? Why is it not casting? Right, we're dead. I think I'll get a few extra jobs and then come back.
Having fun?
You
Eh.
bet. It all began when I saw this sphere of you. At least, it looked like you. I couldn't say for sure. I thought I might find more spheres like it if I joined the Gullwings, so I did. Oh, in case you're wondering, the Gullwings are sphere hunters, and sphere hunters are, well, this. We fly all over Spira. I'm really enjoying myself.
Glad to hear it. For a while there, I was starting to feel like a kidnapper.
Don't be silly.
Yuna, has my talking gotten better?
No.
He really has improved quite a bit. He told me that he practiced, just so that he could talk with me more.
Learning Albed. Brother and the Albed race speak their own unique language. Yuna has managed to pick up a little Albed during her travels with the Gullwings, but she has a ways to go. Go digging for Albed primers in the Bikanal Desert. Expose yourself to the language as much as possible and you'll be proficient in no time. 21. 19. And 3. Okay.
Let's go! Party! Party!
Okay, so we got another dress sphere. What? He's not saying anything. Oh. Leave who? I didn't even notice the. I was looking at the screen and I didn't notice the top right. Okay, what about you, buddy?
Still analyzing. Greedy.
Buddy and brother are old friends. Buddy says he was aboard Sid's airship with us 2 years ago. When I told him I didn't remember, he seemed disappointed.
Oh. Am I learning more? Nope. Still can't understand him.
This is Pain. I look up to her as a sphere hunter, and also as a friend. I still don't know her very well. She's not exactly the talkative type. I heard she joined the Gullwings shortly before I did. Riku doesn't know much about her either.
What now?
Nothing.
I know
We should look at his other tutorials. Garment grids. I'm not gonna do his voice. To sphere change, Yuna and her team must equip garment grids that have dress spheres placed on them. To place dress spheres on a garment grid, first select garment grids from the menu. A list of the party's garment grids is now displayed. Let's place a dress sphere on Vanguard, a garment grid that is currently empty. Once we select Vanguard, a list of the party's dress spheres is displayed. When we select a dress sphere, the cursor moves to the garment grid. Then we simply select a node into which to place the dress sphere. That is all there is to placing a dress sphere on a garment grid. Yuna and her team sphere change by moving along the paths connecting the dress spheres. Some garment grids have gates. Gates appear as icons such as that one along the paths of the garment grid. When a character passes through the gates like the yellow one, she is granted special abilities. For example, passing through the yellow one while moving between warrior and songstress raises strength by 5. Consider the effects of each gate when deciding where to place dress spheres. And remember, bonuses gained by passing through gates last only for the duration of that battle. Now let's look at a few more aspects of placing dress spheres. By selecting Rearrange, you can move dress spheres already placed on the garment grid. If you want to start from scratch and place dress spheres on an empty grid, select Remove All to clear the garment grid of all dress spheres. Selecting Auto will automatically place dress spheres in any empty nodes on the garment grid. Auto is a quick and easy way to place dress spheres on any new garment grids you find. This concludes the tutorial on placing dress spheres. Now let's equip Yuna with a garment grid. First we need to select Equip from the main menu. The cursor indicates the name of the garment grid Yuna currently has equipped. Pressing circle here will bring up a list of the party garments grid. If we select Vanguard, the garment grids we just placed dress spheres on, Yuna's currently equipped garment grid will change to Vanguard. Now that a garment grid is equipped, let's select a dress sphere. The cursor will automatically jump to the dress sphere, so when we press circle, the garment grid Yuna is just equipped will appear. Yuna will begin the next battle in the dress sphere we're about to select. Yuna's dress sphere is now Warrior. This concludes the garment grid tutorial. Now we got the garment grid. Learning new abilities. During battle, Yuna and her team can learn abilities unique to each dress sphere. You decide which abilities each character will learn next. First, select abilities from the menu. Now select the character that you want to learn an ability. The ability screen appears. Then we can get down to selecting an ability to learn. The left side of the screen shows a list of the party's dress spheres. The percentage to the right of each dress sphere indicates the character's mastery level of that dress sphere's abilities. Let's select a dress sphere. A list of the dress sphere's abilities appear. Abilities marked with master such as attack have already been learned. The numbers to the right of the unlearned abilities are ability points. The number on the right is the total AP needed to learn the ability. The number on the left is the current AP earned. Once a character earns the required AP, she acquires the ability. The ability currently being learned is highlighted as with pot shot below. While Yuna has the gunner dress sphere equipped, AP earned in battle will be applied towards learning pot shot. Yuna still needs 18 more AP before she can use pot shot. You can only learn gunner abilities like pot shot while fighting with the gunner dress sphere. AP obtained with other dress spheres won't advance gunner abilities. There are many abilities besides the ones shown here. New abilities appear on the list as they become available. As mentioned earlier, it's entirely up to you to decide how to apply AP. Select the ability you want to learn first. Just move the cursor to the ability you wish to learn, and press circle to select it. AP earned in battle will be applied towards this ability. Once this ability is learned, AP will automatically be applied towards a new unlearned ability, so even if you don't select a new ability manually, AP earned in battle is never wasted. You can easily access the abilities for other dress spheres by pressing L1 and R1. Now let's try selecting the abilities we want to AP applied to when using the songstress dress sphere. We've set Sleepy Shuffle to be learned next. So now AP earned as songstress will be applied to Sleepy Shuffle, and AP earned as a gunner will be applied to Potshot. One last thing. Pressing L1 and R1 at this screen will cycle through your party members. This concludes the abilities tutorial. Okay. What about Glossary of Spiro? Okay, so we know what the Sphere Hunters are adventurers with scarce Spiro for spheres. Spheres can contain moving pictures, sound, or other forms of data. Sphere hunting became popular shortly after a group called the Seekers appeared. The Seekers sought to debunk the warped perception of Sphere's history that Yevon had so long maintained. That noble mission is lost on most of today's Sphere hunters, however, who are simply in the business of having fun. Alright, so we can swap. Actually, maybe we can start to see a thief. Power break, magic up, popper. I don't know what popper does. Spinner, inflict damage and confusion. Oh, this sounds really useful. Cure user status ailments and restore HP. This also sounds useful. Inflict lightning damage, ice damage. This doesn't sound too bad, actually. Yeah, I'm still getting used to all of this. I'm gonna start as a festivalist, thief, warrior. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, we also got accessories, right? So raise HP. Let's raise her HP. Yeah, we're spending too long reading stuff. I don't remember this game as well as the other one. I remember the save point was here. I'm gonna go for confusion for us, actually. Engineering, let's start from the bottom. Oh, items. Remedy. Either. Phoenix down and potion, I'm guessing? Yeah. Nothing here. Nope. I hate it when a screen transition happens and the directions are completely flipped. Right, Z shoot buff.
Miss Yuna, what can I do for you?
His name is Barkeep.
Hello. No one knows his real name, so everyone just calls him Barkeep. Brother took him in, and now he works aboard the airship.
The gold store. Oh, he has potions, antidotes, eye drops. I think we have enough Phoenix Downs and potions.
Thank you. What can... Sleep?
I think also sleeping in the bed is an action that counts towards 100%. Yeah, this game is really weird with the 100% thing.
Gull wings! Report to the bridge!
What's on the deck? Nothing. This music is more suitable for character select screen on for Tekken or something similar.
Treasure sphere waves. They're coming from those ruins they found at Gagazet.
All right!
Hakadab! Gagazet!
We're getting sphere waves from the top of Sacred Mount Gagazet. Go get the treasure sphere, Gullwings.
Sacred Mount Gagazet, silent guardian of Xanarkand, city of the dead. When the faith disappeared, the clouds enshrouding the mountain began to thin and disperse, revealing long-forgotten ruins among its peaks. Hey, the rocks are floating!
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing!
No worries. I'll take you to the top.
That was a stiff landing. And couldn't they land us somewhere better?
What's your status?
Disasterific!
Disasterific is not a word. Say disastrous, like the rest of Spira.
I'm not listening!
Rico, come in.
You want me to hurt him?
That'd be great!
Come in.
Heave!
Ho! Ugh. Ugh.
Thanks. That was a little close.
A little?
Come in.
We're here. Everything's fine now.
I liked him better when he couldn't speak English.
An eye on Rico.
You got it.
Hey, we have a map again. Press and hold X while approaching a chasm to leap across. Fail to press X and you may lose your balance, so be careful. Holding X as you approach a wall ledge will allow you to climb up. In certain places, not pressing X will allow you to jump down to the ledge below. Score the accessory yellow ring. Okay.
Oh, we're not getting across this way.
Let's find another route.
%. Who has the better magic? Oh, Juna has the better magic, so... No, not him. Yellow ring, yeah. Okay, let's take a break. And then I'll be back. So stick around. Okay, I'm back. Oh, there's a quit option now. That's actually good.
A dead end.
Just great.
Think this machina still works?
Also, this next bit is annoying because I need to race. And if I'm late, I can't get to 100%.
Whoa!
I wonder how safe this is. It stopped.
Owie!
What happened? Is you know okay?
Things are, disasterific.
Disasterific! I am on my way.
What about me?
Yeah, brother is kind of weird with Yuna. Should I go? You can hold X and it will make things a lot easier. Yeah, I think it's a Basil and then a race.
Who's there?
LeBlanc! Remember that name well, loves.
Ah, the thief.
Whatever do you mean? Ugh, that's what I hate about amateurs.
Maybe she'll go away if we ignore her.
I heard that. Just as I was saying, amateurs, they have no concept of what it takes to be a true spear hunter.
Amateurs, weren't you following us?
Following? A mere coincidence.
You was right, boss, as always.
Indeed, following them has paid off splendidly.
Laugh while you can.
Them again?
Yeah, combat can feel a little hectic at times.
Enjoy your flight.
Well, this is no time for stage fright.
Get your act together!
Oh, I should have blinded her.
Do I hear thunder?
Worm. Let me blow you a kiss. Get your act together!
I'm not sure if I've stolen from everyone or not.
Let's leave our worries behind and have us some fun.
I hadn't. Well, let's swap to warrior. Okay, now it's a race.
And this is the thanks I get for going easy on you.
Hey! Who does she think she is?
She's getting hurt.
The syndicate to the top, okay.
Takers, keepers.
Nature's wrath, strike my foe.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
Oh, she's blinded. Nice, she learned something.
Never underestimate Yuna.
You look a tad flushed. Why not stop?
Snake! Snake!
Really? I don't know if I went the wrong place.
You know how I hate the damn.
Sorry, boss.
You know that's so stupid doing that.
It's all in the wrist.
Here comes my friend.
Maybe I should learn Flee first. Nice brand. Now let's go with Armor Break. Actually, oh, I can't jump there, really. I think that festivalist job was not available to release.
Let's show the ladies a nice, warm welcome.
I'm sure I missed items. Let's have a look at abilities again. Excellent, Winkler. Item hunter, yeah, sure. Festival, this is not bad. I'm sure I missed stuff.
Would you stop staring?
Can I go back and... No, you cannot collect items again. I'm gonna try again. See if I'm pretty sure I missed some items. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight them again.
Yuna, marimas.
A dead end.
Can't skip this.
Think this machina's...
Whoa!
Well, let's fight again. Can I not skip this
Who's
scene?
there?
LeBlanc, remember?
Ah,
Whatever do you mean?
Maybe she'll go away if we ignore her.
You! Just as they have no
Amateur.
follow.
You was right, boy.
Indeed, follow.
I don't know if this will affect my percentage fast forwarding through
Them again.
talking.
well, this is no time for stage fright. Let's get moving.
Get your act together!
I'll come back to see if I'm LeBlanc.
Let's leave our worries behind and have us some fun.
Enjoy your flight. Get your act together!
Normal attack should be fine.
And this is the thing.
Hey! Who does she think she is?
She's getting hurt.
Can't skip that.
Piece of cake!
At least they healed me to full. Yeah, I know we just played this section, but Flea learned. So let's swap to, yeah, stick to item hunter for now. I kind of rushed through thinking I wouldn't have enough time, but turns out to have more than enough time. I see, let's go in.
You look a tad.
I never realized it was a Metal Gear reference. Oh, there is something here. Yeah, sure, touch it. What about the other side? Oh, there is something here. Yep, there's an accessory. Let's go this way. Actually, let's no. Equip. These seem pretty useful. Is this how I get? Yeah, I think this is how I get the other chests.
Here comes the hurt.
There is a possibility I might have to do this again because I'm not sure if fast forwarding dialogue affects my percentage. I know for some of them it does. Okay, open this chest. Red drink. I guess that one gives you fire. I think we have enough time.
Don't get careless.
Who, me?
At least I don't have to close the game to reset. I messed up. Yeah, that's one problem with this game. 100%ing is very difficult. I didn't get 100%. 100% affects the ending too, so...
Let's show the...
Well.
Okay, we made it with time to spare.
Would you stop staring?
Okay, I'm looking at it online. Okay, so people are saying online that fast forwarding through dialogue doesn't affect it, but there are exceptions. Skipping cutscenes affects it. Yeah, this chest you don't get if you don't beat them here. Yeah, skipping cutscenes affects it. It's annoying.
It figures we'd run into something like this.
It comes. Hi there, creepy crawler.
Oh no, it's Boris Johnson. The worst boss. Did I steal? I should pay more attention if I steal. Okay. Oh, they should stop me. I wonder if I can confuse it. Use it already, Yuna. Nope. It's kind of a weak boss.
Found it!
It's obvious to the trained eye, that sphere's just a dud. Perfect for the dull wings.
Youth wins again!
Well, I guess we'll be taking this.
Okay, we got some stuff.
Brother, mission complete!
Brother? He's not with you? He said something about Yuna being in trouble, then he just jumped ship.
And here he is.
He's alive, right? Just leave him there.
Can you analyze the sphere we found?
I'm on it.
What's up with these step sounds? Hey, brother.
Thank you, brother.
It was, it's nothing.
Don't strain yourself.
Leader must be tough.
Sicko!
He's a little too obsessed with his cousin. He's enjoying it.
Analysis complete. Want to watch the sphere?
I should have spoken to the others.
I can't believe I actually got a ticket. What a thrill to be able to shake her hand like that.
Think it's worth anything?
It's not very exciting.
Junk.
But we can use it as a dress sphere.
Black mage.
Woo!
Incoming data. Go-wings to your stations. How long you plan on lying there?
What is it?
The treasure sphere data you've been dying for. There's at least one on Besaid Island. And another in the Xanarkin ruins.
So, where to?
Selecting a mission aboard the airship, the sky's the limit. Based on information Buddy collects, you can travel to various hotspots, take on missions, and advance the story. To select a mission or destination, pull up the world map by talking to Buddy. Press X to return to the bridge. Why visit hotspots? Hotspots appear as you complete missions, and Buddy collects data from throughout Superior. Exploring these hotspots unlocks new missions and episodes, placing you in charge of what direction the story will ultimately take. Before you leave, let me tell you about the mission select menu. On the left, you'll find a list of all the places you can go. Hotspots appear when we get a scoop on some data. That's where the action is. Select the location with circle to view analysis results and mission details. The easy to hard displayed at the bottom of the screen indicates the difficulty of battles in a certain area. The more stars there are, the tougher the fiends. Careful out there. That's all. Where to, Gullwings? Okay, since I have... Black Mage now, I'm going to put it... I don't want this, I want that. Assault sounds really useful. Okay, for the elemental, we're gonna make it a black mage. Give it even more MP.
I know everything.
Let's try again. Oh, they are lower level now. Maybe I should have leveled them a bit more. That would be rough. Their defense is going up. I can fast forward this, right? Yep, there we go. Oh, I'm actually winning. I won. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward this. We're actually winning. Getting Black Mage solved the problem. Oh, Tomberry's dead. We lost. But still better than nothing. Let's give him that Festivalist. Going to win this. Getting 4 times the speed is pretty useful. Why isn't my Tomberry doing anything? It didn't do anything. And it's dead now. Everyone is dead. We were doing so well. And we're dead again. We were winning for a bit. I think if I win a match or two, I can level up more. It'll be easier. Tomberry got deleted. Maybe I should teach him some abilities. Nothing interesting. I'm being stubborn. We died. How did we win 2 in a row earlier? Should I swap to a thief on the Tomberry again? Okay, that was easy. Okay, this one is going to be rough. I think I'm gonna swap the Tomberry back to Thief. That will speed it up a little bit. I told him to life so I can get raised. Yeah, I think this is better. The battle is over, it doesn't matter. I don't know why, I just had a sense of deja vu. It's weird. Okay, life was reduced. Oh, it's dead. Yeah, that thing with the seeds is really annoying. But we got some experience. Yeah, I'm really being stubborn here. I should move on. Yeah, casting times are really weird in this game. It's like the casting bar fills up, but the spell still doesn't go off. Oh no. But these guys, we beat them once. Okay, this should be a win. My elemental is leveling faster than the others. Oh, it's these guys. Will we win or will we lose? Let's find out. might win this. Looks good so far. Yep, we're winning. We beat the cup. Winner! Fiend Tail bonus. Wait, do you get a dress sphere from this? I don't remember Psychic being a thing. I'm gonna do it once more. We won once. We can win again. Oh no, it's these guys. There are 3 characters alive. It's a better chance of surviving the seed cannon. We actually beat them. Hooray. Alright, that's another win. This team should be doable. I've never seen it before, but... Hello, game? Ooh. What is that thing? Let's save. You know, I think when I played the international version, I only played the last mission, and even then I didn't play that much of it. So I don't know about Psychic, Teleport, Telekinesis.
Give it up.
Besaid and Zanarkand. But I don't want to go to Besaid. I'm going to go to Kilika. 2 years after Sin's attack, the Youth League has rebuilt Kilika. However, rumor has it that New Yavin supporters are stirring up trouble there now.
Can you guess where this is? It's Kilika Port. The Youth League helped rebuild it. Now it's a bustling town. At the time, everyone was grateful, but lately, well, there have been signs of trouble. It seems that tension is building between the Youth League and New Yevon.
What could they never have recovered if it wasn't for the Youth League? Okay. No thanks. Youth League and New Yevon. He's looking for a daughter. My drops, good. Alright, so that's the new Yevon base. Squatter monkey. They're very shy, so they like to squat down and hide in their nests. That's where they get their name. Okay. I wonder, is there anything back here? Because the map shows stuff. There is ether. The heck is a mana tablet? I don't know what that thing is, but Ah, doubles max MP. Oh. That's useful. Is that a shop? No? Oh, it's pretty much the same as the other one. Okay.
Donna!
Oh, it's you.
My. Fine, have it your way.
Donna!
Go on, leave.
Donna! Ah!
Really? Really?
Well, look who we have here.
Good to see you.
What's with Bartello?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary. I am with the Youth League, and he is with New Yevon. It makes living together rather difficult.
Oh. But you've been together so long.
To each his own.
Exactly. Butt out.
This doesn't concern you. There's the door, use it. Well, I'm taking your money, I guess. Holy water. And what's this? Star curtain. Hey, aren't you Rob? Not Rob, but Zealots. Give this under your head. There's supposed to be an awesome sphere somewhere on this island. Sure, let's take a look at the Youth League. What if it be done soon? Oh, now I remember talking to this guy and seeing it gets you an accessory later on, and it's a really good accessory. Alright, let's go back to the... What's the name of the ship again? Whatever. I'm mostly exploring the towns, I guess. Lucas, City of Pleasure. You know hungry crowds packed the stadium, but did they get what they paid for? The true story behind the music. Yeah, there's Rob.
Lady Yuna! Your concert was incredible!
Would you sign this, please? Single file, no pushing. The Goings, at your service.
I couldn't bring myself to tell them it was just an imposter. The whole mess started with the garment grid. That's the invention that lets us harness the dress sphere's power.
Oh, it's a mission. Retrace Yuna's steps during her imposter's concert in Luca. The truth is out there, find it. Learn the whole story behind the concert. And we'll find out that the big mogul was her. Now I remember.
Believe it or not, this was the easy part. We chased the thieves all the way to Luca, but when we arrived...
Hear that? Lady Yuna in concert! Alright, think there are any tickets left?
Looks like your imposter's pretty popular.
I doubt anyone would believe ours is the real Yuna.
Not dressed like that.
I didn't ask to wear this.
Yep. She's a mogul. And that's why 100%.
Ooh, it's hot.
Shall we finish this before Yuna passes out?
We'll be back in 2 shakes, so be a good mogul, you hear?
The plan was to sneak into the imposter's concert and recover the garment grid. If I went in, our cover would be blown, so it was up to Riku and Pain, which left me with nothing to do but lay low and wait. And that's how I got stuck with the Gullwing's prized garment. I complained, but brother's orders are still orders.
I had a friend called Lalo. We never stopped making a pun out of it.
So what did you do after we left?
Top secret!
You hand out balloons.
Mommy! Mommy, my balloon!
You! Get over here!
Huh?
You're here to promote the concert, right?
I guess.
Me? No, there must be some mistake.
Thanks, and hey, don't screw up.
Did I do it because I couldn't turn him down? Or because the conversation was over before I had the chance?
Somehow you've managed to end up promoting your imposter's concert. Use Circle to hand out balloons to 10 people in the plaza and build up some buzz. Take a balloon.
Get them while they're hot!
Do take a balloon.
Come see the concert, okay?
Hey, old lady, take one.
Here you go!
You too.
Don't forget to cheer! The concert's about to start!
And you too.
Go on, take one! It's a really nice balloon!
I think there's one here, wasn't there? Yeah.
Come see Lady Yuna, okay? Wanna see the concert?
And that guy, I think.
And that makes 10. Mission accomplished.
Hey, Healing Wind, Garment Grid.
Y-R-P. In position. It's showtime, girls.
It's starting.
The place was packed with people dancing!
You think LeBlanc was enjoying herself?
Until she got hurt.
Does she look that much like me?
Hold it. The concert's sold out. You can't go in.
I can't?
Definitely not. Go on, get out of here.
Hey, we got some gate crashers.
Must be those sphere hunters.
Let's move!
Yes, sir!
Oh, no. I hadn't heard from Riku or Pain, so I didn't know what to do.
Hold still!
It's me.
Yeah, we hide
I
here.
wasn't sure what I was doing. Riku sure was having fun. Whew.
Oh no, guns. Look at that face. He's stoned as hell.
Looks like trouble.
Does she really need to take off the head first?
Here comes the real Yuna.
Who is recording this and from where?
to finish him off, but then you showed up and stole all the fun.
I guess I was so glad to get out of that thing that I went a little nuts.
That explains the dancing.
Yuna's dancing? Where? I am there!
Listening close enough?
So, this is my life now. We travel from place to place, and the days just seem to fly by. But sometimes, I find myself stopping. I am listening for your whistle.
Oh, you heal when you swap. Nice. But we haven't really explored Luca, have we? Here? No.
The Mihen High Road, where Crusaders once marched toward battle with Sin, while travelers fled from its shadow. I walked this road too, on my pilgrimage to Zanarkand. And you walked by my side. It was a journey filled with laughter.
Not where I wanted to go. I remember there was a chest. Be imagining it. Oh, there. Oh, it's shut. This is Rob. He's our bed. Oh, 1,000 per? No thanks. I'm good. I know what is Sphere Break. A great way to pass the time during the Blitzball off-season. number of players are already here. You'll find them downstairs near the locker rooms. Big tournament is coming up soon, so learn the rules and practice hard. Camera. Anything here? Nope. Man, everyone looks like Rob. Funny how they hide the chests in the same place. Oh. Thunder, Thundara, and Thundaga. Hey, that's Rin.
Ah, the Lady Yuna.
It's been too long.
What you selling this time?
Entertainment. Lady Yuna's calm has given the people of Spira time to relax and enjoy the finer things in life. What better time for me to introduce Sphere Break? It won't be long now before Luca will host the inaugural tournament. You are more than welcome to compete if you like.
Should we?
Yeah!
Ask around if you would like to know the rules of the game. Idem Hak Desa.
Okay. What is Fear Break? Brand new game brought to you by Lord Ren. The game requires coins and coin spheres to play. Get started, all you'll need is some coins. What are coins for? In Sphere Break, you use coins to defeat your opponent's core sphere. Each coin is marked with a number, 1 through 9. Combine the numbers to defeat the core sphere. There are many different kinds of coins, of course. Some kinds of coins are probably still waiting to be discovered. To succeed at Sphere Break, you'll need to find those coins and grab them. What is a core sphere? Can't have a game of Sphere Break without coins and core sphere. The core sphere is a special sphere discovered by Lord Rin himself. When the core sphere is combined with coins, a strange power is born. It is a power that can bring both great wealth and abject ruin to those it touches. The essence of this power has been distilled into the game we call Sphere Break. Do I really have to get booted out? Alright, onto the rules. Play my practice core sphere game until you get familiar with the game. Yeah, sure, let's try it. Welcome to the world of Sphere Break. Sphere Break is a race against the clock to create multiples of the core sphere's core number by combining the numbers of the 16 coins on the board. The tutorial covers the core sphere and coins, both critical aspects of the game of Sphere Break. Wow, the numbers are really not legible. I think there's a mod for it. I might install that mod. The sphere in the center of the board is called the core sphere. The number on the core sphere is called the core number. The core numbers can be any number from 1 to 9. In this example, the core number is 3. The 4 coins surrounding the core sphere are called entry coins. The entry coins are central to advancing the game and must be provided by the player. Without entry coins, you can't play Sphere Break. You must have at least 4 different entry coins to play Sphere Break. Entry coins used in a game are lost once the game is over. However, there are places you can find new entry coins and you can also win them while playing Sphere Break. You can sell any unwanted entry coins using the coin selection menu. The border coins are 12 coins surrounding the entry coins. Border coins are used in combination with entry coins. Altogether there are 16 entries and border coins on the board at the start of the game. All coins are numbered from 1 to 9. Combine these numbers to make multiples of the core number. Basic rule of play. A number game. We win by combining the numbers on the coins to make multiples of the core number. Let's try combining some coin numbers. Core sphere displays a core number which is 8 in the current example. The help window at the top of the screen contains 2 vital pieces of information. Sum shows the total of the current selected coins. Break multiples show the next 3 multiples of the core number. Getting a sum that equals a break multiple is a basic object of Sphere Break. We haven't selected any coins yet, so the sum is currently 0. Since the core number is 8, the next 3 break multiples are 8, 16, and 14. For this example, we'll need to select coins whose numbers add up to a multiple of 8, that is 8, 16, 24, 32, 64, and so on. The first coin selected must always be one of the 4 entry coins at the center of the board. Until we select our first coin, the help window will display choose an entry coin. Right, selected 5, we need the 3. Selected coins will spin, so you can easily tell which coin have already been selected. The sum in the help window now shows 5, the total of all currently selected coins. Once selected, a coin remains selected until the end of the turn. There's no changing your mind. Now that we've selected our first coin, the message in the help window changes to choose another coin. For the rest of this turn, we can freely choose from either entry or border coins, so now we have a sum of 5, and the next 3 break multiples are 8, 16, and 14. If the sum were to increase by 3, it would become 8, one of the break multiples. And as luck would have it, there's a border coin number 3 right here, so let's select it and see what happens. Sum is now 5 plus 3, which is 8, equals one of the break multiples. When the sum equals a break multiple, a core break occurs and the turn ends. Let's take a closer look at what we just did. We made a core break by selecting a border coin number 3. But what would have happened if we selected a coin number 1? In this case, the sum becomes 6. Next, we'll select the adjacent border coin number 2. We first selected entry coin number 5, then 1, then 2. Sum of these 3 coins is 8. Okay, as you can see, there's more than one way to make a core break. In our first example, we used 2 coins to make a core break. In the second example, we used 3. The number of coins you decide to use to make a core break is up to you, and this will be important later on. For now, let's see what would have happened if we selected a border coin number 6 after selecting entry point 5. Right, 11. Next one is 16, okay. So we need a 5. Aim for any number shown on the break multiples. Carelessly using a large number of coins is not to your advantage. Border coins are used to make a core break disappear at the end of the turn. Naturally, in the following turn, you'll be unable to use coins that have disappeared. Entry coins, however, will never disappear. After a few turns have passed, border coins that have disappeared will reappear. You can again choose these coins like any other. Border coins other than those used when making a core break can also disappear. By design, border coins only remain on the board for a limited time. Each turn, the number on the border coins increase by 1. Border coins number 1 will be around for a while to come. Border coins number 9 will disappear at the end of the current turn, regardless of whether or not they are used to make a core break. Keep this in mind when deciding which coins to select. Turns. The game of Sphere Break consists of a series of turns. Turn-related information is shown in the window in the upper left corner of the screen. Current display shows that it is turn 1 of a 15-turn game. Core number is 3. Let's make core break selecting 5 and 1. When a core break is made, the turn ends. Turns advance one by one as you make core breaks. For example, we've now skipped ahead to turn 15. Alright, let's go ahead with the turn. We need to make a multiple of 9, 5, 3, and 1. With the game now complete, results are displayed. Winning or losing. Deciding factors. The total is made in various conditions to determine the outcome of the game. If you win, various prizes are awarded depending on your actions over the course of the game. On the other hand, if you lose, your 4 entry coins are lost. A single core break is not enough to win a game of Sphere Break. You'll need to make many core breaks as you advance towards the final turn. If you're playing a 15-turn game, you'll need to meet the quota by turn 15 in order to win. Okay, if at any time the player is unable to make a core break with the available coins, the game is immediately lost. Border coins used to make a core break disappear from the board for several turns. If you use too many coins in a given turn, you'll have fewer coins to choose from until the coins reappear. The fewer border coins there are on the board, the more difficult it is to make a core break. In this example, the sum is 19 and the core number is 8, so the next break multiple that will make core breaks 24. Number 1. Alright, not enough. And then you lose the game. Okay. Meeting the quota. Use as few border coins as possible, okay. We need the minimum. Alright. So, okay, number of border coins. Okay. Alright, you don't meet the quota, you lose. I get it. Time limit. Number is a time remaining. 60 seconds per turn. That's plenty enough. Okay. Coin trades. Border trades. Special powers for some border coins. Oh, plus 50 gil. Without a close inspection of their trades, they would appear to be identical coins with the number 3. Value 200 gil. Alright, 250 gil. Alright. Alright, so it only affects the first entry coin. What about entry trades? this one gives 2 because it's coated times 2. What are echoes? When making a code break, if you use the same number of coins you used in previous turn, you receive a bonus Kota points, making it much easier to meet the Kota. Coin count echo. If any of the 4 inventory coins you choose at the beginning of the game with have the C count echo trait, coin count will appear in the middle left window. The top number is the number of coins you've used to make a code break in the previous turn. The bottom number shows how many turns you've successfully echoed that coin count. Currently both numbers are 0. Alright, we made the code break. Use the 3 coins last turn, the left window now reads coin count 3. Alright, make it with 3 more. Since we successfully echoed the previous turn, the message echo bonus is displayed. Normally this code break would give us 2 Kota points, 1 for each border coin used. However, we also get the echo bonus, which is equal to the border coins used times the number of consecutive echoes. This is our first echo, the bonus is 2 times 1. The echo bonus is calculated with the number of border coins used to make the code break, so you won't get any bonus at all if you don't use border coins. Make another echo on the next turn. Using 2 border coins, the echo bonus will be 4, and so on, okay. If it failed to make an echo, it will drop back to 0. If we had made this code break with a total of 3 coins, we would have made another echo. However, we only used 1 coin. If we failed to make the echo, okay. Alright, that's the tutorial done. Is there a way to play a practice game? Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of tutorials early on. Which is not unusual. Have you played this in the past, Shiro, or did you only play the original? Oh, they didn't sell it? So did you not play 10 back in the day? I played pirated games at the time. And that's how I played it. Then again, I was living in Malaysia at the time, home of piracy. Wait, so the first time you saw Final Fantasy X was my playthrough just now? Then I kind of destroyed the game for you.
Thank you.
Come again.
Let's see. Running Twinkler. Item Hunter. Okay, once we're done with Magic Break, we're swapping to Assault. Don't worry, I'll destroy this one for you too, once we get into the main story some more. Okay, so I guess I can't confuse it. Getting me to play 8 is unlikely. If it goes any higher, I won't see it on the screen. Oh, it died. That was rough. Already have 59 potions.
It's a little embarrassing.
Oh.
Jana. What a nuisance.
Let's get moving.
I can't find it. Oh, 11, I don't know a lot about 11. I only played it like more than 10 years. Just cast already.
See ya.
Hey, spoilers. High school is still a kid.
It's party time. Anything goes.
Yeah, this game doesn't have the enemy resistances that were there in the previous game. Okay,
We've
we
got
learn
bigger
magic
fish
break.
to fry.
No, that's all. Yeah. '13 released when I was at university. Was it at university? Probably with like my last year, or maybe when I finished university. It's this. I wonder if oh, confusion actually worked on it.
What a nuisance.
Right, it doesn't last long though. Oh hey, it's Rain's favorite enemies. I know, I've been kicked by these. Is there a chest behind him? If you notice, I'm never doing auto attack. I mean, multiple speeds for this combat, because you have to actually press the buttons as quickly as you can. This one wasn't doing much damage, why? I'm gonna swap to weight and short. Have vibration on. Yeah, make everything go faster. It's the same guys again.
See ya.
What? That was so much damage. Also, your cactus don't revive automatically. After you die. Hey, Holy Watcher.
So what's next?
Trying to pay attention to any chests that might be hidden, like that one.
Here comes the hurt.
We've got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, I forgot. I can just hold the button and they'll immediately attack instead of tapping. Easier.
So what's next?
I think you actually get more AP if you do different actions. Oh, they're experimenting. Okay. Alright, she got item hunter. Which ability are we going to focus on next? Yeah, sure, let's learn that. I should swap to other jobs. I think this game is probably more difficult than the other one. Because if you miss stuff, you kind of miss some really useful things. Also, the encounter rate seems much higher. Oh, she finally learned Wiggler. There should be a chest here.
Bring it, punk.
Hey, eyes on me!
No? No chests? Screw you then.
Hey, eyes on me! Hey, eyes on me!
For some reason, I thought he was dead. Let's cast magic. Use the damn spell. It's dead already. What are you using? Yeah, you save points. Right, let's see what's for sale. Potion. Phoenix down. Antidote. Let's get a couple of softs. I'm gonna try and double check that I've spoken to everyone. No thanks. Oh, there's a chest. Okay, we're spoken to that one. I've spoken to you, right? I think later on you get some stuff happening here with the Machina. Yeah, I think I've spoken to everyone. Yeah, the encounter rate in this is much higher. Yeah, it looks like I've interacted with everyone. Except these guys. What about today's high road? How did you know? Once upon a time, chocobo back was the only way to go when traveling the high road. What of the chocobo hunting fiends and the steady increase of Albert Machina in these parts? You guessed it, as more and more travelers turned to hovers for their transportation needs, chocobos gradually became a rare sight, changing the face of the high road. On a hover, you can quickly, safely reach your destination. What's more, the travel agency has installed sentry machina along the high road to ensure your safe passage. Well, that's the gist of it. Take a look around and see for yourself. We can ride the hover and save time. How are we doing on time? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for now. We've done decent progress on this today. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna come back and see what else we can do. Yeah, it should be tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow should be fine. So yeah, for now, I'm gonna leave you. Take care and goodbye.